recipe, which is something that we're hungry, so we wanted to have some cookies and it seemed like a good time to do a video. These are actually my daughter Marissa's cookies. She's kind of played with the whole wheat and the flours and the butter and everything to make a really delicious cookie. Because when you're dealing with whole grain flours, sometimes they're just different and you want like a Toll House style cookie. This is it, except it's 100 times better for you. So we call these Rissy's Special Chocolate Chip Cookies. And one of the things that we do that makes this kind of special is that she browns the butter on the pan. So instead of doing sticks of butter and softening it, you actually brown 2 sticks of butter in a pan. And you just kind of let it get foamy and bubbly. And that gives the cookies a really rich, deep caramel flavor. So we're going to get started. And actually I've got the brown butter here. I don't know if Katie can zoom in on that or not, but you can, whoops, if you can see there. It's just a brown butter. This actually kind of clarifies the butter and makes it even richer. So we just dump this in to the pan, or to the bowl, not pan. Okay, this may be a scattered video today. And then you actually, we way cut the sugar back from a normal cookie recipe. So usually it's like 2 1/4 cups of sugar. So we tried to healthy up our treats as best we can. So we actually do 1/2 cup of organic brown sugar and 1/2 cup of organic white sugar. So we cut out a cup and there's a little guy hanging out there. We cut out a whole cup and 1/4 of extra sugar, and you really, you do not miss it. So you just mix these up together. That helps cool the butter too, because I'm going to be putting in the other ingredients and I don't want it to be too hot for my eggs. So you can let the butter cool considerably. I just did it. So it actually, you can see in there, just kind of whipping that up. Mainly just getting the sugars to dissolve. You don't want those guys to cook in there, so you want to cool them up to really good. We're just going to cream that together. See how nice and fluffy that is. Okay, now that step is finished already. We're just going to set him over here. And now I'm going to go with the rest of the ingredients, and we don't do a separate bowl or anything. We're more of a dump it in and go family. So we have a teaspoon-ish, maybe 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. We really like vanilla extract, so we're a little heavy-handed on that. We have a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, and this is freshly milled spelt flour. So the way we do this recipe is it's kind of like bread. You look at the dough consistency for the cookie, and this goes in the refrigerator for a few minutes before you drop them out to chill the dough so that the cookies have their shape better. So we're actually going to do 2 cups, or 1 cup of the spelt flour, and 1 cup of organic all-purpose flour. Now, I don't push that because I typically do fresh whole grains for everything, but this is a cookie recipe and it's still way healthier than anything that you can buy. You do want to get organic all-purpose flour if at all possible, because they do bleach flour with formaldehyde and chlorine in a process, which makes it terrible for you. So you want to get unbleached organic all-purpose flour, and it makes it a little more doable in a recipe. You don't feel so guilty about it being white flour. So that was a cup of all-purpose and 1 cup of wheat flour. And here's what we do. We just mix this up. And we are going to need to add just a little bit more flour. But the way Rissy does this is, depending on the day, she decides if we need a 1/4 cup more or 1/2 cup more. So we just want to get it going like this. And you do chill the dough, like I said, so it's okay that it seems a little bit thin. So I'm going to make sure we got everything stirred up there. Still got some flour dry on the bottom. And then I'm going to put probably just about 1/4 cup more flour. Maybe that was a 1/4 cup there. Just a little bit. We're just looking for a really stiff batter, but we don't want it too dry because that's what makes the cookies, when you're dealing with the whole wheat flour in there, that's what's going to make them kind of stay puffed up and not spread out like a traditional cookie. So we're careful with that. Let me just get the spatula. It's not quite strong enough for this batter now, so I'm going to stir in the chocolate chips with my wooden spoon. And this is about a cup. We love chocolate, so it's probably a little more. But anyway, we're gonna dump that in there. These are semi-sweet. You can use dark chocolate chips, or you can actually use the milk chocolate, or you can do a mix of them. But we're doing this batch with all semi-sweet. And you can get organic chocolate chips. They even have these Lily's brand in Walmart, which is sweetened with stevia. So it's not an artificially sweetened chocolate, it's just a little better alternative. And then that is it. And we're actually going to pop this in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes and let the dough chill. Dough has chilled for about 20 minutes is how long you want to chill that. So I just have it where it's not super sticky. It actually is super thick, if I can talk. It actually moves a little bit, but that's how you want it. So I'm actually going to use my little cookie scoop here, but you can roll these out with a spoon as well. I just really like them. Rissy does them like this, and she's the cookie maker at our house. So I try to keep it the same. She said I could use her recipe today. So you just want to put about 12 on your cookie sheet, and I had lightly sprayed this just before I put the cookies on. So this dough is going to look really loose for cookie dough, but that is the whole point, because if using the fresh flour like we are, you have to have that little bit of extra moisture so that it doesn't get all dried out in there. This cookie recipe has taken some time to perfect many failed cookie recipes, because we're chocolate chip cookie connoisseurs and you have to find the right mix. So we're just going to do 3 more, and then I'm going to pop these in the oven on 350 in a preheated oven for 10 minutes. Okay, so we just got the cookies out. And we want to get them on a cooling rack as soon as they come out of the oven. And these do bake 10 minutes exactly in my oven, so you don't want to really go over that, because then they get a little too crispy. So these are crispy on the outside edges and chewy in the middle, which is what we really like. It's a good chocolate chip cookie. So we do this on the top rack in my oven too, so that it doesn't over brown. But I'll just show you here on the bottom, if you can see that they're very brown there. So you're just looking for a crisp edge that's brown along there, and then go ahead and pull them out. Even if they look like they're not quite finished or done, they are. So these will cool for just a minute, and I'll probably eat one more because they're awesome. And if you guys make this recipe, let me know how it goes.